Good afternoon, this is David Wendell with BushcraftOnFire, and we're glad to have you with us for another video. Today I'm going to answer a question I've been asked 4 or 5 times now, which is, what do you think the best carry out in the bush is? If you could only have one weapon, what would you take? And so we want to get right into it and show you what I think is the best carry. When I talk about a carry, I'm actually talking about a combination. Many of you have already seen that I carry a Smith & Wesson with me in my EDC. This is a Walther P22. My clip sits right on the side of my pouch, locked and loaded, so we're ready to go that way. I carry this with me everywhere, but I wanted to complement out in the bush. And in order to complement this, I actually believe that the best carry in the bush is a 22 long rifle. The 22, I think, is totally underrated. There's a lot of guns out there that have more power, but in honesty, every large game animal in the United States has been taken at one time or another with the 22. So let me show you a couple things about this. This is a Savage, and Mark II, I believe, is the make on it. It's a pretty good rifle. I've had it for about 4 years now, and it's never failed me yet. So let me show you a couple things about this. First of all, I carry a bolt action. Semi-automatic has too many moving parts for me out in the bush, and I don't want to have all those moving parts. It's real simple to take the bolt action, clean it up, do whatever is necessary. I can just pull the bolt out, clean it, look down the barrel, make sure everything's good. Very, very simple to disassemble and to reassemble, even out in the bush. Not too many moving parts. The more moving parts, the more chance you have to break your rifle. As I said, I've got a power line, and this is a 9x32 scope, and it's just mounted with an over-under mount. I can actually go underneath to shoot up close and still use my sights, or I can use the scope for a little further shooting. I have this zeroed at 100 yards, so we're going to shoot about 50 yards today just to show you what we're doing. In all honesty, when I'm out in the bush, I'm not going to be shooting over 25, 30, maybe 50 yards. You're not looking to go out there and to shoot 500, 1,000 yards. However, there's been some videos put up on YouTube where they've taken a 22 and shot through a frozen turkey wrapped with duct tape and clothing around it and some cardboard around it at 300 yards and gone right through the bird. Inside my case, I also carry all my cleaning equipment, and I've got some rods here and a rag. I've got what I consider the best cleaner that there is. This cleaner is called Break Free, and it's a single process cleaner. This cleans and oils your gun, so you don't have to carry separate oil. It's a lubricant, and it deals real well with all the parts of the gun. I can clean both guns with this. And then on the outside of my pack, I also have some different cleaning rods, and these are actually shotgun shell pads, but that's alright because I just tear them in half and they fit in there fine to clean out the muzzle. So that's the carry that I have. My clip sits right here. Now, one of the things that I like to do with my 22 is carry a couple of different kinds of ammo. One of the reasons I think that a 22 is a good gun is because you can get a pack of 550. Well, when I bought these, I got a pack of 550 shells Federal for about $8 or $9, and I can carry 550 rounds for about a pound and a half. That gives me a whole lot more shots than if I was carrying, say, a 30-30 or a 310. Now, these shells here are actually hollow points, and they're jacketed hollow points, so that's a good round. This Federal round is a little bit slower than the other round I carry. This is a 34 grain, and I think it comes out of the muzzle at about, what's it say on there, 1260. 1,000 FPS at 100 yards, so it's not a slow round by any means. And the knockdown power is 125 pounds at the muzzle, and it goes down to 80 pounds at 100 yards. As I said, that's enough to take any small game for sure. If I'm less than 100 yards from an animal such as a deer with a good placement shot, I'm probably going to be able to take that animal down. However, if I know that I'm going out for big game, I carry a different load. This is Remington 22 Thunderbolts, and these are about 25% more powerful. They come out of the muzzle, I believe, at about 140 foot-pounds, and at 100 yards they're still at 90 foot-pounds. So they're pretty good. The velocity is 1255 coming out of the muzzle, and I think it's right around 1000 or 1017 at 100 yards. So again, it's a pretty good shell, and that's what I actually have loaded in my clip today. So what we want to do is to show you the power of this rifle, to show you the power of the takedown. Now this does have internal safeties. Right now the fire's on. Right now it's on safety, which I'm going to use until I get ready to go out there and shoot. So let's get set up, and let's see what I got here for a target today. What we're going to be doing today is my little girls have sacrificed their bear. I figure this is about as big as a little ground squirrel, and Dude's going to go out and put this about 60 yards away on a tree out there for us, and we're going to see if we can get this. Now if you can get something this size 60 yards away, you're doing pretty well. So let's put this up, see how she shoots, and see what we can do. Stuffed bear for dinner. Alright, now Dude's out about 55 to 60 yards, and you can see he's put the bear down on the ground. We're going to zoom out of this shot to show you how far we really are from there. Camera can be a little deceiving, and Dude's going to make sure he gets the dog out of there too. I'd hate to misplace that shot. Alright, I've got a clear lane, and so I'm going to be able to fire out there without any problem. Again, we're about 50 to 60 yards, and I would say that bear is about the size of a small ground squirrel. So let's lock up, make sure we're off safety. I'm going to use a modified sitting position with my chair as my armrest. However, sometimes in the bush I'll carry a rest with me, or I can use my walking stick as a rest as well. Alright, I had to set the bear back up because he fell over when I hit him that time. That was actually a heart shot. That time was a throat shot. So you can see, at 22 at 60 yards does a pretty good job, and I'm not too worried about getting something out there if I need to get it. The first shot penetrated just below the heart region, you can see right there. The second shot was just off to the right, went through his little arm. So my area at 60 yards was about an inch of spacings. Not too bad for a lowly 22. Again, with the 22 long and the 22 pistol, I can interchange my shells, and I have a good variety with me. If I need to do any up close work, I can just pull the 22 out, or if something's in cap at night, I want to scare it away or deter it from getting after me, that 22 is going to work. So appreciate you being with us, appreciate all of your support. This is David Wendell with Bushcraft on Fire. We hope that you're having a great day. Join us again for another video.